Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back with yet another episode of the Barca Talk. And ladies and gentlemen, you guys have seen it before. You've seen it again. It's the Barca Talk with man like Barca Volume in the building. And once again, just like last time, we're here with a lot of positivity. Man like Miguel, brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, bro. I mean, right now it has to be a good time to be a Barca fan, man. I'm just gonna put it to you like this: a lot of people are gonna downplay the fact that we only won by 2-1 against a second division team. Right now, this team is cruising through every single title that we're facing this year, and the knock on this team is we're not scoring goals, and it's true. But imagine, like, we are still like cruising through all these competitions that we have. We already won the Super Cup, beating Real Madrid once again, by the way. And now the one you put it on perspective, as bad as we have been like finishing chances, we just been rolling out of bed and beating every single team though. Like we lost in Anoeta. If it wasn't for that unlucky, so many unlucky bounces in that game, right now we would be talking about, Omar, 18 straight wins for Barcelona. That's ridiculous.
Bro, listen, man. I'm gonna be very honest. That was the only stumbling block. And obviously, the performances do need, some improvement in certain key areas. But I will tell you this, right? Right now, we are in a good place, right? And obviously, we have a lot of aspirations. We're a very, very I would say ambitious club. We always try to go for everything every year, right? We're not like one of these teams like who
Hmm.
likes to, choose to scrap certain competitions because they can't handle the heat, right? At the end of the
Hmm.
day, we just won against Albacete. And listen, it doesn't matter what anyone says. That same Albacete team that we narrowly beat 2-1 won
Hmm.
their last game in the Copa del Rey against the almighty Real Madrid. So I'm sorry, I'm not hearing anything. And you know what?
Yeah.
Fair play to Albaete. I have to say this now, right? We got to give them credit, man. Like, I know they're in the second division. I know they're not
Hmm.
even in the run for the hunt for the
Yeah.
La Liga for the return to La Liga. But then again, we're still in February. We're just in the beginning of February. So, and they've been in a good winning streak before yesterday, right? They
Hmm.
played against their last three games in the league. They won ever since they beat Real Madrid. They've won every game in their league, right? In the Segunda. So hopefully, at the end of the day, they can continue this run. Who knows? They might just sneak their way into a playoffs. And let's be real, they've been playing better than most La Liga teams, man. What a performance from them! And listen, like I mentioned, they beat Real Madrid, and let's be honest, bro, they gave it a go yesterday. They
Yeah.
really gave it a go, bro. They took it all the way to the end. It took a late Gerard Martin heroics to give us the win, right? How impressed were you of Alba Theatre, first of all, for you?
No, I mean, listen, Omar. These teams, they have nothing to lose. They have the fans, they have their stadium, it's their home ground. We have everything to lose. These players are never going to. They're never going to play a more important game. There are professional players, but not all of them are going to make it to the pro league, to La Liga. And a lot of these players, dude, it's gonna be their highlight reel playing up against Barca. It's their highlight reel. You think that kid, that guy, Hefte, you guys, that kid will be 99 years old, and he still be telling his kids how he scored two bangers against Real Madrid, bro. And you know what? That's what these teams have. Like they just give you all they have. I think every Albacete fan should be proud right now. Every Albacete fan that went to that stadium, they should be clapping this team because they played an amazing football. You know what? They play a lot better than a lot of these teams in La Liga that are scared to be in relegation, and they just go. Their best shot they think is just 1 point. 1 point. They're just gonna park the bus, give you the ball, and just sit back. Dude, I thought it was gonna be an extremely park the bus game, and little did I know this team was gonna come out firing. And they tried their best. Barcelona was their setup defensively was very good most of the game, and they still had their chances. I mean, they scored one goal that was disallowed due to an offside. They end up scoring the other goal of a set piece, which that's a topic for another day. We can't defend set pieces to save our lives, but not that. But after that, they almost score, Omar. They almost scored
That's
the
right.
equalizer, but it was Gerard Martin who was ultimately saving us from going to penalties. And at that point, bro, who knows what could happen? Forget it, man. Penalties, anything goes, bro. I got to
Absolutely.
give it up to Albacete, man. Honestly.
Nah, man. For real. And I agree, man. Like, listen, Albaete, amazing. Like I said this in my match preview as well. I literally said, I was like, listen, guys, we have everything to lose and they have everything to gain. They've already done more than anyone expected. They've knocked Madrid out of the cup, right? The team that was in the final last year. And imagine everything that they can gain if they can knock both Madrid and Barca. And if they lose to Barca, guess what? You're losing to the best team in the land. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they had everything to gain and nothing to lose, and they played like that. And you know what it is, right? I was watching the game. What really impressed me about Albaete was they had a plan. It's not like when other teams that play Barcelona who come in, play the low block, and try to just give us the ball, and then we just trying so hard to break them down. Every time they had the ball and they went forward, it's like they had a plan of how they were going to hit us on the counter. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
oh, let's just try and run and see what space works. They were like, okay, when we get the ball, let's always put it out wide and cross it into the box. That's all we're going to do. That's all we're going to do. That's all we're going to do. And you know what, right? You got to appreciate that. They had a plan. They had an idea of this is how we're going to try to win the game, not this is how we're going to try to survive this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And listen, not a lot of teams do that against Barcelona. So credit to Albaete. Now, let's actually talk about Barcelona. Now, obviously, value. We started the year of 2026 with the first trophy of the season, right? Once again, just like we did last year, we played those Madridistas in the final again. And once again, we put them in their place and reminded them there are levels to this. We won. Yeah, we won again, back to back finals. We knocked them out. That's the third final in a row we've beaten them, right?
We told them too.
Amazing.
We told
Yeah,
them.
we told them exactly. We were very confident. Yeah, I remember when we were in the chaos with the Madridistas, we were so confident. We said, yep, we're going to get our win back. Don't worry about that. And we did. But
Bro,
that's the first
their
trophy of the
victory
season.
is being 1 point away from us. That's what's
Doesn't
holding them.
matter.
That's what's holding this whole chaos together at Madrid right now.
No,
They're just 1 point
bro,
away from us.
the worst thing is, right, it shouldn't be, especially after this past weekend what we saw. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Doesn't really surprise me. They need this league to continue being competitive because Barca are going to run away with it if not. Because Madrid clearly don't have enough, quality to do that. You feel me? So it
Yeah.
is what it is. And let's be clear here, right? The first cup is secured. We've just beaten Albaete, which means that we are now in the semifinals, right? And right now, if you look at the teams that are left, right, so far, on paper, bro, we are so much better than all these teams. And on paper,
Yeah.
we can beat all of those things. And I know, from the semifinals, it's a two-legged affair, right? But let's be clear. It's fine. I'm confident.
Mhm.
But think about this for 1 second, value. We are now in the semifinals. We are literally 3 games away from winning the cup again. We are currently top of the table. Maybe just by a point, but it doesn't matter, right? We are currently playing better than our other title rivals in Real Madrid, right? Do you see Hansi Flick doing it again? I mean, listen, I know we're still in the Champions League, and the Champions League is a topic that we're going to talk about, but he already has committed the domestic treble last season. He swept out the entirety of Spain, and he is on the verge, and he's looking like he's going to do it again. Do you believe he can?
Absolutely. I mean, every statistical category will tell us that Barcelona will go back to back local trebles here at the very least because not only we're the best offense in La Liga, we're an underrated offense. You know how many chances we created against Elche? 10 big chances. We created
We had
10.
we had a 6.14
And against
GXG.
Elche, we created, I think it was 5 big chances. And against Copenhagen, we created 3 or 4 big chances. We have, I mean, we're falling short, Omar. We're the best offense right now, and we're still falling short. Like we should be beating, for example, Elche. We should have beat them 6-0, 5-1, 5-1, five
Dude, I'm
two,
gonna be very honest. That's actually flattering to them, bro. The amount of chances we saw Rashford
even
miss on one on
7,
one.
bro.
We see
7 is
Ferran
not
Torres.
even out of the
That's
question.
that's what I'm saying, right? Like we saw Ferran Torres miss a literally shot from 2 yards hitting the crossbar. We saw Fermin Lopez miss literally 2 yards
Yeah.
out. We saw Rashford miss a one-on-one. Like, bro, that might be very real, man. We were very merciful to Elche, bro. That's why I
So
got frustrated for that victory. I shouldn't
pe-
have been, but it shows you, man. We created so many chances, and it was just us. that couldn't take a finish out of
Yeah,
them.
I mean, I feel like right now the only thing that can beat us is ourselves.
Right.
And if you take a look at the game in Anoeta, that game we beat ourselves. Or we couldn't stay on side on one play, right? We we got tired of missing chances in that game. Like we hit the post like 4 times. The other 2 times there was a goalkeeper. Dude, it took so much to beat Barca, dude. I'm telling you right now, we are so underrated, bro. Like right now, I'm telling you, I might be overconfident. People can call me crazy, whatever they want. I already
Mm.
said, I went on record and I said Barcelona has a big chance to win the Champions League this season. And I'm banking that on the fact that Barcelona is the only team in all top 5 leagues that have the most balanced team in the world right now. It's Barcelona. What I mean by that is we have Lamine Yamal with more than 10 goals this season. We have Lewandowski, we have Ferran Torres, Rashford, Rafinha, and Fermin Lopez. They all have more than 10 goals right now. And Dani Olmo is 2 or 3 goals away from being joining that no, joining from 6 to 7. And I guess the other team that's behind us right now, it was only three players with double digit goals, and I think it's Bayern Munich. And that's crazy, man. If you think about it, we are missing so many chances in the Champions League as well. So I'm thinking we are so underrated. And because you know why we're so underrated is because our defense concedes every game. Our defense
Mm.
concedes every game, but our defense, I feel like our defense is bending but not breaking. So I feel like we're so underrated. For example, right? You asked about the local treble, Copa del Rey. All we have to do is most likely beat Real Sociedad or Alaves. I think they're playing right now.
Mm.
Alaves was winning 2-1, by the way. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Alaves will be the team. Alaves, Betis, or Atletico Madrid, right? And the other key, I think, is Valencia, bro. I think the other key is Valencia. So at the end of the day, it's
Yeah.
like for Copa del Rey, we got to be either Alaves or Betis or Atletico Madrid. It's one of those 3 teams to 2 games, bro. 2 games to I think you said 3. It's actually 2 games. It's
But
2 games
actually,
to win Copa del Rey.
I'm actually watching the game, and Sociedad are winning 3-2 now.
Real Sociedad's winning 3-2. So
And
perfect.
Valencia
That's
game is
perfect, bro.
Valencia game is
I
1-1.
want Sociedad right now. I want Sociedad in the Copa del Rey, bro. I want them. I want them so bad. Like you have no idea.
Now we need to get our win back for sure.
That's my point. We only have to beat Real Sociedad or Atletico Madrid. I think it's a worst case scenario is Atletico Madrid. Best
And
case
if we
scenario
play,
maybe.
if we play Atletico, we beat them last season. And let's be real, I genuinely think if we knock Madrid, I think right now they are realistically the only team that can stop us from winning the Copa.
Yeah.
I don't want to disrespect the other teams, but brother, they don't have the quality like you mentioned, right? To actually beat this Barca team. I think that if we play Atletico in the semis and we win, whoever it is in the final, whether it's Valencia or Sociedad,
If I ask you, Omar, if I ask you,
Mhm.
there's 18 more games in La Liga.
Mhm.
You look at Barcelona. Let's say you're not a Barca fan, you're not a Real Madrid fan. You're picking one team to win La Liga right now, and let's say your house was on the line. Who are you taking? Are you taking Madrid or Barca?
But
Even
you're
if,
taking
even
Barca.
if, even if you're if let's say something that really matters to you is on the line. Who do you think has the better odds to win this thing? Like if you
We
take a
do.
look at it, look at Madrid. All it takes for them to win against a 16th place Rayo Vallecano, and what it took for Real Sociedad to beat Barca and how lucky they had to be. So I'm looking
Mhm.
at 2 teams they're just not the same, bro. And I know at the end of the day, it's 1 point. I believe in part this is due because they do get a lot of favorable calls from referees. I'm not gonna start this whole soliloquy about Madrid robberies and stuff like that. But I think anybody will be any partial person will tell you Madrid does get the benefit of the doubt. Every single penalty, every single call always goes their way. When there's a possible red card, it doesn't get called a red card and until proven otherwise. They always are going to get they're always going to get the benefit of the doubt. And I think so something that Jonas brought up, and I think it's actually hit the nail on the head. It's not that Madrid, oh yeah, they do dive a lot and they don't get the yellows. They always get benefit of the doubt, and at the end of the day, it's the little things. It's not like the big things; it's the little things. That's the only reason why La Liga is still in play right now. Otherwise, Barcelona will be clear 7 points by now.
100%. 100%. And that's true. And like you mentioned, I listen, at the end of the day, I've said this before and many multiple channels. I said it here, I said it on your channel, I said it in every channel, right? The problem I don't have any worry of not of losing La Liga. We could, of course. Could Madrid win the league? Of course they can. Of
Yeah,
course they can. But
exactly.
I am but here's the thing. I am so confident we're gonna win this cup, this league, because like you mentioned, I'm seeing the performances. You understand what I mean,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Real Madrid against Rayo Vallecano at home, by the way. So it's not even the excuse of, oh, yeah, away from home, Rayo Vallecano are a tough team to play against.
Mm-hmm.
We know that, right? Even we play them, right? But at home, you're expecting to do the job. And also, let's be clear, that team is a mess. They are a mess behind the scenes. Like, they've got so much drama that's clearly getting in like literally it's affecting them in games. Whereas with Barca, our biggest problem is like you mentioned, sometimes bro, it's just us, right? Well, at the end of the day, we just don't finish our dinners. You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah,
And it is irritating. And it is irritating. And listen, for me, I do believe that the league, I'm confident. Now, you mentioned the Champions League. Now, here's the thing with me when it comes to the UCL, right? Especially in this round, right? We are now in the knockouts. The issue is we know that in the cups, it only takes one mistake or one
yeah,
bad game and you're
yeah,
out of this competition. Like if you look at like our last season in the Champions League in the game against Inter, that was the case. We were winning with 90 seconds to go on our way to a Champions
yeah,
League final. We were just at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest, we shot ourselves in the foot. We should have been more humble and realize, okay, let's just take the win. We really worked hard. It was a hard-fought game, hard-fought tie. Let's just take the win now and just, rest. But then we got overzealous and we paid the price. That's what happened. If you
yeah,
look at even the season before that, if you look at the year that we lost to PSG, we were leading. We went to we did the hard work. We went away from home. We got the win in the quarterfinals. Now we went home, and then what happened? Araujo's red card, and then all the heads dropped, right? And
yeah,
this is for me my biggest fear when it comes to Barca in the UCL, because I've said this before. Our team is good enough to win the Champions League, of course,
yeah,
but the reason why I always am very pessimistic about the UCL, it's because I have seen that it's not always that we're playing the better team most of the time. Most of the time,
mm-hmm.
it is us. We, for some reason, always end up shooting ourselves in the foot. And I'm like, until we get that mentality out, and the only way we're going to do able to do it is to go on a run and actually win the thing, right?
Yeah,
Because a lot of fans, they're always going to have this at the back of their minds. We're always going to have this at the back of our minds of, we don't know, we don't know, we don't know. These guys are teasing us. When we win the Champions League, that's when everyone's going to be like, okay, now we actually know we can do it. It's like Real Madrid getting over their 12 years without winning the Champions League.
mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, they went through a lot. If you remember, bro, they went on like a 5-year drought where they were getting knocked out around the 16, 5 years in
Yeah,
a row. They
yeah,
had to, first of all, like literally, they had to, first of all, end that hoodoo of getting knocked out around the 16 every year and finally make it to the quarterfinals. Then they made it to a semifinals. Then they finally made it to the final. Once they won that first cup, the La Decima in 2014, it just opened
mm-hmm.
the doors. And then they started winning it more and more and more. And I think that's going to happen to Barca. I think that if we win that first UCL, you're going to see a shift.
Yeah,
You're going to see a shift. You're going to see us. If we win the Champions League, let's say this season, let's say somehow we win the Champions League this season, because we can. Of course we can, right? But if we win the Champions League this season, I will not be surprised, Miguel, if we in 2 years we win it again. If we win it this year, we could win it again within 2-3 years again. We're gonna get
mm-hmm.
that taste back because we have such a young team that has
Yeah.
not had
I
the
think
experience
next
of winning the
season we're
Champions
gonna be a better team. So Madrid needs to buckle up, dude. Madrid needs to button up and get going because we are gonna be better next season than this season. So
League. I agree.
I
But
told Will
okay, so
at
let
the
me ask
start
you
of the
this.
season. At the start of the season, I told Will, you know what, bro?
Mhm.
This is your season, bro. If you think about it, we couldn't sign anybody. We haven't signed anybody since Hansi Flick arrived, and that's all going to change. I think like 8 million euros away from having the 1-1 rule. So that's we're right
12,
there, but we're
12,
right there on
with
the
12,
verge of the 1-1
12
rule.
million. We are
So
12
yeah,
million away. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I mean. So like by the summer, Barcelona will be able to spend their money that they've been earning this season in ticket sales and jersey sales and all the income that they've had. And we're going to be able to sign players. And that's what I mean. For the following season, this team will be much tougher. It's going to get better. And I know every team things they get better every season, right? Every team makes signings, every team will do something. I'm sure Madrid will probably get a creator midfielder or some sort that would help them as well. I'm not saying they won't get better. I'm just saying that Barcelona in general, we are going to be a better team than last season, bro. And at the end of the day, they better be warned, bro. They better be warned.
No, for real, for real, for real. And that's what I believe. I genuinely think even though we are so successful like under Flick the last season, right? We are still a sleeping giant. Bro, we are a massive. I told this before. The reason why sometimes I get frustrated is not because I think our team is terrible. I genuinely think, bro, we are close. We are literally close. If we fix this defense, telling you volume, if we fix this backline and we actually have a competent backline with the midfield that we have, and we go and get a striker, brother, Europe is not ready for the domination that we're gonna have, bro. Because
If we have someone that can put those chances away, it's over, bro. It's over.
Bro, with Yamal, with the prime Rafinha right now, with a Yamal that is beginning to be the main man. We've seen it this year, bro. He's beginning to embrace being the number 10, being the man, the best player in the squad, right? If we get a number 9, a real number 9 that can put the ball at the back of the, like you mentioned, like take those chances, right? We already have a great midfield. We have 2 amazing number 10s, 2 of the best number 10s right now in Europe. Let's be real. Both Firmino and Olmo, right? We have the best midfielder for me in my eyes in Pedri, right? If we can go out and get maybe a defensive midfielder, which, no disrespect to De Jong, but, at the end of the day, he has limitations as a defensive midfielder, right? But he does have value. You understand what I mean, right? He does have value. All we need is a defense. I'm going to be very honest with you. We've talked about this before, right? I think that if we go out, I would sacrifice not going to get a striker this season if you're going to guarantee me 3 signings and they're all defensive signings. So get me 2 center backs and a 4-back. If you can get me a Schlotterbeck and a Van der Ven, brother, that's it. We are ready. Because like you mentioned, like we still create chances, bro. Lewandowski is not even our number 9 anymore. And even we're still scoring goals left, right, and center. So it is what it is. But here's the thing, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I am very, very confident that we are going to win the domestic treble because in the league, Real Madrid, they're going to continue to drop points. The game against Rayo proved to me that this team, nothing has changed. Yeah, they will have like football patches or they'll have games where they dominate and you're going to see the Madridistas start, hyping up their team again, like doing the whole WWE promo stuff. At the end of the day, this is why when they go, we're in the group chat with them, bro. That's why I don't engage. Because I'm like, bro, wait till the next weekend. We're going to see the same old Madrid again, right? In the Copa del Rey, I thought Real Madrid might have been our biggest competition because I'll be honest, the other teams, I really don't see them as competition. They're going to win this cup. So, honestly, bro, bring on the domestic treble. And listen, I stand to be proven wrong in the Champions League, but this season, I'm not being impressed with us in the Champions League. So, we'll see what happens. But listen, Valiant, appreciate you for being here, man. Listen, big up to you, man. Listen, guys, make sure you guys go and subscribe to my guy, Barca Valiant. Now, he is working hard, guys. He's working hard. He's just celebrated his 1-year anniversary on YouTube, right?
Yep.
He's still
That's today.
That's
today.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm saying, guys. Go out. Listen, guys, I want you guys to do me a favor, right? He is right now a few subscribers away from 9K. He could even hit it by that. Like we're recording this on Wednesday, so he could end up getting it by today. But if you guys watch, by the time you guys watch this video, that's today on Thursday. If you guys watch it and he's not on 9K yet and you haven't subscribed, go subscribe to him, guys. He's literally a few subscribers away. Let's get him to 9K, man. The road to 10K before the World Cup is literally on the horizon, man. It is what it is. But big up to you, Value, man. Appreciate you for being here. And listen, man, we will see. Let's sweep it all this season, man. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, we're gonna get this, man.
Yeah, for sure. But listen, guys, big up to every single one of you guys. Let us know what you guys think about what we say in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, all of the beautiful stuff. And subscribe to Barca Volume. Link to his channel is in the title, in the collab link, guys. So make sure you guys go subscribe to him. Peace. Visca Barca.
Visca Barca.